Hi, my name is Alice Brown, and you're watching Scrumptious Table. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making my mom's homemade lasagna recipe, and I'm also planning to make some chocolate chip cookies. So I'm going to start with the cookies so that they can be done and cooled and in the refrigerator because my husband loves them very cold. And then I will work on the lasagna. But first, coffee.
I am by no means a professional barista, but my husband buys pallets and gets a lot of random things on it sometimes. So when he got an espresso machine, I was like, I want that. So I got to keep it, and I've been having a latte almost every morning since. There are definitely days, though, where things are just happening too quickly in the morning and I don't get my coffee. Those days are very sad, for sure. But this morning I'm actually putting some maple syrup in my coffee because I ran out of coffee syrup and it tasted so good. I think I'm gonna keep doing that until I run out of maple syrup. Before I get started with cooking, I always try to make sure that the kitchen is clean. It doesn't always happen, but on days that I have time, I try to clean up beforehand because I feel so much more creative in a clean environment. What do you feel like your motivator is? Is it maybe a clean house, or putting on some music, or maybe some coffee? Lately, it's really helped me when I will FaceTime my sister while I clean, or if I put on a cleaning video on YouTube. If that's your thing as well, I hope you'll clean along with me.
So now that the kitchen is cleaned up, I'm going to start on the chocolate chip cookies.
This is just the Nestle Tollhouse recipe for chocolate chip cookies. It is right on the back of the package, so that's what I always follow. Except instead of using 3/4 of a cup of sugar and brown sugar, I usually just do half a cup because that's plenty of sugar.
All right, while the cookies are in the oven, I'm gonna start the preparation for the lasagna.
So growing up, my mom would always make lasagna without exact measurements. She would just sort of wing it, which is how I learned how to do it as well. Now, before anyone gets concerned about cross-contamination, I knew I was going to use the entire bucket of cottage cheese, so it didn't really matter that I used the same fork. My mom always taught my siblings and I to chop the hamburger as small as we could get it. That way the layers of the lasagna would be even. I still don't think I can get it as chopped up as she always could. Another thing my mom always taught me to do was use a paper towel to get the extra grease out of the hamburger, because you want a little bit of grease in there, but not too much. I'm not sure if my mom ever did this growing up, but I have started to put the seasonings into the meat before I put the sauce in. It just seems to allow the flavors to blend together faster. The first layer is always a layer of sauce, and then she would put on noodles, and then the cottage cheese mixture, and then a little bit of mozzarella cheese. She would always say, don't go too heavy on the cheese because we're adding more later. My mom would always do the hard work of boiling the lasagna noodles and trying to keep them from sticking together, but I have gotten lazy and I just use the oven-ready lasagna noodles from Walmart. Whenever I think of my mom making lasagna, I always think of the exact same 9x13 pan she would always use. And the first couple of times that I made lasagna, I tried to use a 9x13 pan as well, but that is just too much food for my husband and I. So I am using a bread pan right now and 2 small pans, and I'm going to put these pans in the freezer and use them later on this month. Another quote from my mom is, "Clean up as you go, and there will be less to clean up when you're finished."
That's all I had planned for today. If you have a recipe that you'd like me to try, please let me know in the comments. And thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.